And DC Defenders fans have turned the beer snake into a W for winning. Right? It's for winning, not something obscure. The first XFL playoff games are over. We know the championship game will be played between the DC Defenders and the Arlington Renegades? Wait, that's right. An upset? The 4-6 Renegades are 1-0 in the postseason and are going to the championship game against the Defenders, who have been the hands-down best team in the league all season. 2 quarterbacks threw 3 touchdowns this weekend, but only one was victorious. The quarterback that threw the most picks also won. Shit was wild. So let's rehash the best and worst plays, players, moments, and things from the XFL playoffs. It's good sports. Boom! Thank you for everyone who subscribed to this YouTube channel, watched all of the XFL coverage all season long. I really appreciate it. Today's episode is sponsored by manscaped.com/goodsports. Now, I've been using their beard trimmer, which I got with the Hedger Pro kit for close to 4.5 months now, and I have yet to find a single flaw. They thought about everything with this design. I mean, just compare the way I looked last year at this time versus the way I look this year. It's because I have the beard hedger with the easily adjustable zoom wheel to adjust which length I want to trim on the fly, and because this bad boy is waterproof, I can trim my beard in the shower for the first time. Now, the blade and the cutting angle are perfect to hit those annoying flat-laying hairs for single-stroke trimming, and Manscaped calls this design the one-stroke wonder, which makes me think they've been spying on me in the shower. The Hedger Pro Kit also comes with the beard shampoo, conditioner, and beard oil to give you everything you need for perfect beard maintenance and to nourish and grow a pristine face drape. Use my link below or go to manscaped.com/goodsports for 20% off plus free shipping. The XFL playoffs and the NFL draft crossed paths this weekend. And while all the draft nerds were J-O-ing all over their stupid-ass draft grades, I was chewing through tape of XFL playoff football to recap. Where's my tweet, The Rock? Well, 18,684 people showed up to watch the Defenders and Sea Dragons, probably to drink a beer and contribute to the beer snake as the Defenders topple the Dragons 37-21. After trading field goals, this game got cooking. At the end of the first, when the Dragons defense got smoked by Lucky Jackson on a 44-yard touchdown. Lucky Jackson, lucky for the Defenders, he's on the roster. Unlucky for any defender trying to cover him. That was just one of 2 catches on the day for Lucky. That was followed by my 2 best dinuccis. Ben, feeling the pressure, moves to his left and tosses a perfect pass to Blake Jackson, followed by my best concentration catch by Jakor. I will be on an NFL roster, Pearson. We had a tied 9-9 football game. Now, taking a page from the Chiefs, the Defenders made sure the grass was really slippery to disable their opponent. This is Dinucci slipping and falling like he's playing on a wet linguine. Best, just the tip. Well, Dragons defender Antoine Brooks gets it. The last Dragon to use just the tip this effectively was Daemon Targaryen from House of Dragon. And no, I'm not suggesting Antoine's sister's now pregnant. Now, there wasn't enough time left for Seattle to score after that pick in the half. Otherwise, I think that could have been the drive that changed the game for the Dragons. Now, the Dragons learned you don't touch Lucky Jackson. Pass interference helped the Defenders' quarterback Jordan Teyamu get into rhythm. And Defenders' tight end gets my worst robbing of a touchdown. Briley Moore goes airborne only to be betrayed by his elbow. Abram Smith finished that drive, sniffing out the end zone with ease from the 1. The best lone touchdown goes to the lone wolf, Ethan, as his 1 catch turned into a 24-yard touchdown here. He and Lucky Jackson, 3 catches, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now, Te'amu fired a dot to Alex Ellis to get the extra 2 after that touchdown and take a 23-9 lead. Worst penalty goes to roughing on the Dragons. Early in the 4th, Sharif Miller got dinged for roughing and for unsportsmanlike conduct to make this TD drive too easy for DC. The Dragons fell so the Kraken could rise, I guess. De'Aaron King took the reins and handed his way off to another score as Te'amu had to enter the medical tent. A 30-9 lead at that point was simply too much for the Dragons to overcome. Maybe if they had 22 dinucci, they could have won. That's crazy. 22 Italian men on the same field. That's called fucking soccer, not football. Now, I don't want to call the Nucci's final 2 touchdowns garbage TDs. 12 points in 6.5 minutes, impressive, but the DC defense definitely let off the gas a bit. It's also ironic that the one game dinucci didn't have a 3rd or 4th quarter turnover is the one they lost. He led the league in picks, yet was perfect in that department in a postseason loss. And while the DC defense may have cooled, my Benchwarmer Brew player of the game, De'Aaron King, finished this one like a starter. With their lead chopped in half, King lit up the Dragons secondary, aided by this insane best catch of the game from Brandon Smith before Cameron Smith officially murdered the Dragons' championship aspirations on this touchdown run. Now, the Dragons have had a weakness all season, the rushing attack. And not even my guy, Philip Lindsay, could help fix that. In fact, I hate to do this, but my worst was watching Mr. Colorado finish with -3 rushing yards on 2 carries. 5 total rushing attempts on the game for Seattle. Damn, I'd say that's even a recipe for the Chiefs to lose. That with too many big plays given up by their defense, and they fall just 1 game short. And now it's a waiting game to see if a dinucci comes back to the FXL or if he played himself into another NFL gig. The Defenders head into the championship as the clear favorites. Great season for quarterback Jordan Te'amu and head coach Reggie Barlow. This will be the first time a Washington pro football team has played for a championship since 1992. Eat shit, Dan Snyder. Take a big pile of shit and eat it. That's what you can buy with your new $6 billion. Renegades 26, Roughnecks 11. Worst photo? This one. Houston really hasn't been right since Brandon Silvers got injured. Worst, the combo of QBs the Roughnecks tried to win with. Cole McDonald and Brandon Silvers barely combined for over 100 passing yards. Neither threw a touchdown, and McDonald found a way to get a pick. Only Sam Darnold can play like that and get a win, guys. Worst, betting line, Houston was favored by more than a touchdown in this game. And without spoiling anything, let's just point out that they didn't win by more than a touchdown. It would be easy to forgive them because the Renegades only scored 14.6 points per game this season, and the Necks were red hot to end the season. But the playoffs are a new season, and Luis Perez was going to show that. Best opening drive, Luis Perez marched Arlington 75 yards down the field on 10 plays. 5 runs, 5 passes, balance. Capping it off with the touchdown throw to Javonta Payton. His name makes him sound like he'll definitely be a Bronco sooner or later. Credit the Renegades for trading for Perez just a couple weeks ago, letting him get a game in against Houston in the finale. Also, the Spring League Stallion could get the win when it mattered the most. Best hit, former NFL safety Will Hill lit up Bryson Alani near the end of the first quarter, showing Will is still king of the hill. And he is still running up that hill. Best bomb? This 59-yard rainbow to Javonta Payton, his second touchdown in the first 16 minutes of the game. I'm not sure where this was all season for the Renegades, but maybe they were saving it for the playoffs. Peyton's 121 receiving yards was the most of the weekend. He caught all of his 5 targets and earned the best individual performer of the weekend. Biggest Cox? Well, now that Brian Cox is gone, Sundays can belong to Jeremy Cox, who punched it in for the Renegades' first touchdown of the game, narrowing the lead to just a touchdown in the second quarter. The Renegades' defense said no, but the Roughnecks still inserted their Cox. Wait, no, you can't say that. Luis Perez threw his 3rd touchdown of the first half to Brandon Arconado, which made it abundantly clear we were on the upset alert. Perez was picture perfect in his first half, and Houston just didn't know how to respond given their own lack of firepower in the passing game. Plus, the Renegades churned out 137 rushing yards to give them over 400 total yards of offense on the day, one of their best of the season. Worst second half. Every touchdown in this game was scored in the first 30 minutes. And all they did in the second half was trade field goals that were largely irrelevant to the final outcome. It was like the Roughnecks played to not give up the lead. The lead that they did not have. Best catch of the season? When the game was already decided, Luis Perez threw a bomb to Luan Winningham, who made a one-handed sideline grab looking like Luan Manningham. Lewis to Luan. Now that's a winning combo. Worst, seeing my hero Wade Phillips sad. Just don't let me see Wade sad again, please. Please, please, he's old. He can't be that sad. Now, you might be wondering, is it bad that a team with a losing record is playing in the XFL championship game? I would say it is. The St. Louis Battlehawks were one of the best teams all year, and because of an arbitrary seeding format, they were unable to compete for a championship via the playoff games. You have to give credit, though, for how the Renegades played in this game, but I'm not sure this was a good decision by the XFL. Ultimately, you're asking, is a massive upset more exciting than a better matchup? If you say yes, then this worked perfectly. Almost as perfect as the Rock's body. Oh. One more. It's also fucking awesome to see Luis Perez in the championship game. He gets to finish what he had cooking with the Generals in the USFL last season. And I hope he actually upsets the defenders and takes home the Beer Snake Championship trophy. You made it a Beer Snake Championship trophy, right, The Rock? I'll pretend like I didn't see that. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports XFL recap. Yeah, I'll recap the championship. And we will have done a full season of XFL. And if you missed any of my draft videos, click on the one on the screen.